right now, it is appalling. For these countries, India and Pakistan, to go to war. In fact, the situation in Kashmir is appalling. The Indian government owes the people of Kashmir explanation for why the government has been dissolved. Even liberals like Ramachandra Guha, he wrote an excellent piece in the Telegraph newspaper in Calcutta, basically saying that the Indian government has betrayed the people of Kashmir on liberal grounds. Forget everything else, by annulling their government and so on. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that it doesn't interest me what other people were saying. I think they need to reflect now, having been through this stalemate of an air war, where there was no real victory for nobody. You could I can spin a victory out of defeat. Okay, most likely India is going to lose to England in the 5th test. Okay, I can spin a victory out of defeat by saying, well, the India had to play without Bumrah and blah, blah. I mean, we can say whatever you want. You can always describe it. This was not a victory for anybody. Nobody won this conflict, and nobody can win it. And if you have a possibility of withdrawing from a conflict because the conflict is not winnable, that is advisable. So I would advise all people on the left to start talking much more about the need to withdraw from conflict, to come to an understanding, to create modalities for normalization between India and Pakistan, because that is the only way forward. These countries have to normalize. There is no alternative. There is no other road. It is the only road. There are no two roads. One is war and one is peace. There is only the road of peace. There is no road of war because it's a stalemate or it's annihilation. And that's unacceptable. It is totally unacceptable. So both countries have to start on a road to peace, and the left has to commit itself to that fully. There should be no space for national aggression. One shouldn't have to duck behind the idea of popular mood and so on. At the time, a lot of people said to me, oh, you're going against the people's mood in India. How do you know what the people's mood is in India? You are just taking the media's mood and saying that's the people's mood. I don't accept that the largely right-wing media in India represents the people. I think it's separate from the people. I don't think the people's mood, I don't think the bulk of the Indian population was thinking about the calculations of this war. They had other things on their mind. For instance, hunger, starvation, lack of development, other things.